Today I'm leaning on my very dirty Mazda Speed 3, wearing a Porsche cap because I am fully leaning into the whole Porsche ownership, mainly because the Porsche I got is widely considered by some who have never driven one or don't own a Porsche not a Porsche. We will be getting back into this car in the near future, and you can let me know what you think I should do with it. I've put it back about as stock as it's been since I got it. Yes, the wheels are still updated. Yes, it still has the roof rack, but all the body package is gone, all the coloration is gone. It is just a really nice liquid silver Mazda. I love this car. I'm a little tired of the wheel set, and of course, being winter, I broke another splitter. You guys let me know what I should do with this, but today we're going to talk about this guy. This is a 1997, a first year model of the Porsche Boxster 986.1. This one with Cayman wheels. I picked these wheels up, and we're going to talk about the original wheels, but I wanted something a little more girthy, a little more beefy, and just a little more modern actually. I'll put some photos up now of this Porsche when I first got it. I got it from a dealer, as stock as could be. It was in its original condition, and yeah, really liked it, but I knew from day one I was going to update it, and that's what I've done with the striping, with the wheels, and with the exhaust so far. I don't know, I might put a ducktail wing on. It does have active aero from 1997, as active aero, which is really cool. One of the first things I wanted to do though is update this thing. It is massively heavy, and that was one of my first complaints, is in a light sports car I don't want 50 pounds sitting in the back. And then secondly, it didn't sound that great. I updated it to this guy, which is a really cool dual exhaust. Looks much better. I don't know if you guys can see that, but looks way better, sounds way better. It had the original turbo twist styled wheels on it. These are not the hollow turbo twist, these are the stock Boxster wheels, and while they look cool and are iconic, they're a little dated, so I Plastidip them for temporary just to give it a little bit more modern look, until I could find these guys. These are BF Goodrich G4 Sport Comp 2s, and they're in a 205/50 ZR17 up front, and then in the back they're also BF Goodrich, same thing, G4 Sport Comp 2s. They are 255/40 ZR17s. Now I changed that from the stock to a little bit girthier wheel. I think the girth is a lot better. I think you would agree. These are Michelin's. So far I've really liked them, although I really do like the BF Goodrich a lot. These are 205/55 ZR17, a 235/50 ZR17, so a lot girthier. It fills out that wheel well so much better. And yeah, these weren't bad, but I think this is a huge improvement. And then once again, the exhaust, just massive improvement. I am planning on changing this wheel out to a MOMO steering wheel with the matching wooden gear shift, but that's pretty much all I'm doing on the internal. Jump in here. It is a key on the left, old school, so you have your keys. Clutch in. Just a light rev. That's just revving to 3,000 RPM. So nice. The interior is fairly simple. Like I said, you've got these sort of wine colored seats and door pulls. Everything else is gray or black. You do have the upgraded sport shift knob, the weighted shift knob. You do have the sport gauges in white that were a factory option. And you can see I've got 93,000 miles, 93,500 miles on this thing. These things are running forever. I've seen them at 200, 250. Most of them are running in the 100,000 or more. So I've actually put a few thousand on this since I got it. The only real change here is a upgraded CD player from Kenwood. Has its little flip door here with the little plug-in for your phone. It is Bluetooth, so I won't be changing that because it works fine. This is the launch here, so no, let's see if I can get rid of that sunlight. So no, there we go. No factory glove box, just an airbag. I did drive a few quote-unquote real Porsches. I drove a 996 911, 997.2 911. I drove a 986, which is this, of course, 0.2, and this one, which is the 0.1. I drove a 997 limited edition, or not 997, 987 limited edition Boxster, which I actually really liked, but it was a rebuilt title and had some issues. But I've driven the manuals as well as the Tiptronic, which is basically a paddle shifter, but instead of a paddle shifter, it's a button here, up, down on either side, and then you have your indicator and the gauge cluster. It was okay. I wasn't necessarily in love with it. I did want a manual, and so I felt like launch color in a launch year of the car that saved Porsche would be pretty cool. If we look at this headliner, this is the launch year headliner. Pretty simple. I did update this. I added a little sticker onto the back because, quite frankly, this piece of glass is near my head, and every time I turned around I was worried I was going to smack it. So having the little Porsche emblem there, I know exactly where it is, and I know it's further away than I thought it was. Zipped storage container here. This one does have the upgraded stereo in the doors, and in the dash you had three options. You had dash only, you had dash and doors, and then you had dash, doors, and a rear subwoofer. This one, of course, does not have the rear subwoofer. It has the storage pockets instead. All of them came with this glass wind fairing and this mesh fairing behind the seats, and believe it or not, when you remove that stuff, it really does make a huge difference. Temperature controls are very straightforward. Time on the dash as well as RPMs and speedometer dead center, which is really nice. This car is about momentum speed, so when you get into this car off the line, it's not that quick. It's not slow. It's as quick as the Mazda speed, maybe even a little quicker, but it's not that quick off the line. What it is quick at is cornering in windy, hilly back roads. It's a rear wheel drive, mid-engine sports car, so you do have the dual trunks, and so it's really good there. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'll show you those trunks. The toggle is right here. You toggle the front, toggle the rear. Pretty ample storage area. You can see there, I had my car cover in it. Right under the Porsche emblem here, you have a release, and you have your spare tire, battery up under here, and then this one has a little bit of an upgraded sound system with your amplifier, your CD changer down here, which is pretty cool. I was very pleased with that. It's actually a fairly practical car. It's a decent car to daily drive because of the dual trunks. It's enough space inside. I'm 6'3", I can fit it just fine. Yeah, anyone in the 6 foot range, they're gonna be fine in here. Like I said, I drove it against a few cars and actually was not wanting a Boxster, primarily because of its, I don't want to say notoriety, but because most people have at one point or another heard someone be critical of the Boxster. I really wasn't in the market for a Boxster. I was actually looking at a Cayman. I actually did drive one Cayman. I just decided this was the car for me. So I had a few comments asking about the wheels, and so I wanted to show you guys the change there. And yeah, just kind of give you a little bit bigger update on the car than what was in the previous video. If you have any options as to what you think I should do with this car going forward now that it's spring again, let me know, because it's pretty much stock, and we all know I don't like stock cars. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.